Alright. Oh, gotta spin this around. There we go. Alright, so on this installment of Eat the D, really kind of pushing the limits of what qualifies as Detroit area. This is right on the limit of 30 minutes outside Detroit. That's kind of my justification for what can qualify. It's got to be within 30 minutes of downtown Detroit. And according to a quick Google Maps, this is right at 30 minutes. So it's riding a fine edge. But we're at Vizzy's Pizza in Westland. There is a food pizza challenge here that maybe I'll try one day. Maybe I won't. I don't think I could do it. But hey, anything for clicks, right? But they got pizza. It's been a while since we had pizza on the channel. I got 3 pizzas. I got some lasagna. And I got an Italian sub. And their pizzas looks like one of them might have a little bit of a trick up its sleeve. I do not have anything to drink, I'm realizing. But hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess, sometimes. As much as I'm pissed to admit that. God, I wish I had something to drink. But whatever. It's been a while since we had pizza, so I'm hungry for some pizza. Let's get it going. Vizzy's Pizza, baby. Eat the D. Let's get it. So you may notice I'm in my car, and that's because there's literally nowhere to even sit down in there. You walk in there, it is counter, like a soda cooler, and that's it. There's not even a chair. So, eating in my car today, that's alright. Did order it ahead of time anyway, so I'm just gonna go with whatever in order here from what we got. I got some mayo on the side. This is going to be my Italian sub. They do have a selection of subs. So I just got the basic Italiano. Oh, God, I just realized I need to do slow-mo for all this. God, it was nice when I was at the Urban Thai, whatever, where I could just do all the slow-mo in one go. But nonetheless, got to do what I got to do. Okay, so I did get mayo on the side, mainly because I was required to get something on the side when I was ordering online. I couldn't just get this. But I know Italian subs typically come with like oil and vinegar, and I'm honestly not seeing any of that on here, which is kind of strange. But nonetheless, we got to try it without the mayo first. Pretty fucking big. Yeah. Can confirm there is no oil or vinegar on this, which is kind of crazy to me. You're calling it an Italian sub, but nonetheless, all the more reason to throw this mayo on there. And I kind of wanted to get wings, but they didn't have blue cheese as a dipping sauce option, which is kind of crazy to me, honestly. I just put a few dollops on it right where I'll be biting, because I don't want to drench the whole sandwich in mayo, because I will not be eating this whole thing. I feel like this is going to be a very filling Eat the D. But nonetheless. Honestly, it's not a bad sandwich, but it's really lacking that real punch that an Italian sub has from the oil and the vinegar. It's not bad, but I've definitely had better subs. I'm not like, even the peppers on here, I'm not getting a lot of like kick out of the peppers. Every Italian sub I've had is like karate chop me in the mouth with how much like twang and flavor it has. This one's not doing that. Again, it's not bad. I don't hate it, but it's just like, it's lacking that little bit of pizzazz that I've come to expect from Italian subs. Alright, now I already know this is my lasagna with a fork in there. Okay. I have a feeling it's going to be scalding hot too. Yeah, I can't even hold it. Also, there's like, I'm not going to show it because I don't want to dox anyone. But there's like a house that shares the parking lot. Like this house's driveway is the parking lot to this restaurant, which is just kind of crazy to me. Maybe it's like the guy who owns this property or something, but it's just kind of weird. So I was definitely correct when I said it was going to be scalding hot. But that doesn't stop me. So, I've had better lasagna, but the ricotta cheese and the lasagna noodles of this in particular, pretty banging, honestly. I'm not getting a lot of the sausage in there, and some red sauce is doing work. You know, it's like, again, it's not bad. I don't hate it. If anything, it's definitely, I would say, like, better than most pizza places' lasagna. For the ones that do sell it, I feel like it's not the most common thing, but I've had better lasagna in general. But that is definitely not bad. If you like, the ricotta cheese hits you in the mouth. The noodles, for whatever reason, are like really tasty. But like the other cheese, the sausage, and the red sauce, they're there, but they're not like blowing me away by any stretch of the phrase. So let's do these pizzas. I got a steak, a chicken parm, and a Greek. And this is my Greek pizza, and this is how I know. I don't know what this, like... You know, I'm not going to say what this looks like, but come on. So this is their calling card. Let me get the slow-mo for it, and you'll have seen it already, actually. So this is, like, this whole place's calling card is, like, an original pizza pie, which is, like, it's, like... Basically, think of it as like a calzone, but a pizza. The worst possible way to describe it. Oh, Jesus Christ, this place. I signed up. By the time I had to make an account, and by the time I put this order in like an hour ago to now, it is they've sent me 4 emails, one of which is the order confirmation, so I'll give them the thing there, but Jesus Christ. So this is my Greek pizza, which is bacon, onions, mozzarella, and pizza sauce, according to that. But it's sold as a pie, which means it's like completely enclosed by another layer of crust. Oh, I just realized I didn't do a cross section for the sandwich. Oh well. God, it's greasy. I don't know what this questionable looking sauce is. Nonetheless, let's try this pizza. It's got like some Parmesan on top. The issue is, I really wasn't even that hungry when I got here, so I'm really filling up quick here. Let's try this very, very questionable sauce. Dink it, sink it. Shout out Good Mythical Money. Ugh. I think it's like a vinaigrette of some kind. Really not my go-to sauce, so I'm going to sit out on that one. Definitely ain't no tzatziki sauce. Well, this pizza pie, I don't know how I feel about it. The Greek pizza on its own, pretty solid. It has what that Italian sub is lacking, is like that signature like Mediterranean Greek food, like that kick. That twang, that I guess is the best way to put it. And this definitely has it. I think it's largely coming from the tomatoes, but at least it has it. And it's good. I like it. But do I think this whole pizza pie thing that cost me an extra $3 is adding anything to the experience? I'm going to say no. I think it's kind of more of a novelty than anything. It's not eating it. Again, I like the pizza. I don't think it's a bad pizza. But if I were to get it again, I would definitely just get like a regular or a thin crust. Because this does cost extra to get it this way. And I don't think it's like meaningfully adding to the experience. I'm not tasting anything on this I wouldn't expect to taste on just like normal Greek pizza. Interesting. But yeah, so that's the Greek pizza. Now which one do we got here? So this is my steak pizza. So you may notice that all the slow-mo shots are kind of largely the same angle. That's because of the time I'm eating it at, as well as the orientation towards the sun. If I moved from that position, pretty much it'd be a big shadow covering this food, and I don't want that. So yeah, that's why the slow-mo is kind of not all that variated. Steak pizza. This is steak, onions, peppers, mushrooms. It's kind of like a Philly, just in a pizza. But nonetheless, down the hatch. There's something on this pizza that's not vibing with me. It just tastes like kind of off. Like I want to say maybe it's like the peppers or the onions. Maybe it's even the steak. But something about it, it's not like, I don't know how to explain. It's not like something about it is just very unpizza-like. Despite this being kind of largely a relatively normal pizza. But I mean, I guess, yeah, let's try the crust. Let's get a bite of the crust. Maybe it's something in their dough, because I kind of taste it in that crust bite as well. But it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe a little basic, I guess, and not like basic as in bland, but like basic, literally like acidic and basic is what I'm tasting, and it's not very good. I definitely prefer the Greek pizza more. Yeah, but I didn't taste that in that Greek pizza. Maybe it is something to do with the steak pizza. They use a different dough for their regular pizza. But yeah, not super impressed by the steak pizza, to say the least. But not least, we have, God, what's going on here? I got fridge magnets and a little brochure, a little to-go menu if I want something again. Interesting choice, guys. Interesting choice. But we got this chicken parm pizza now. Let's throw that in this bag. And it's... hold on. Yeah, I definitely... This is their definition of thin crust? Holy shit. Either something went wrong or they don't know what a thin crust pizza is. So, one sec. Okay, so this is my thin chicken parm pizza. Chicken mozzarella pizza sauce. Not even, I guess I can see some Parmesan cheese, but I was like, wow, not even Parmesan on my chicken parm pizza. Like, look at, like, that's not, would you call that thin? I definitely wouldn't. What's going on here? What's going on, Viz? Nonetheless, down the hatch. Yeah, this pizza, I'm not super impressed with this one either. This has kind of largely been a miss. Like, I don't hate it. I think this is better than the steak pizza, but I'm still getting some of that little bit of, like, weirdness with it. Not as much, though. Maybe it is in the dough or something. But chicken's a little tough. Chicken's a little tough, a little overcooked for my liking. The sauce on this, the red sauce is pretty good. In fact, that's most of what I'm tasting is the red sauce. I don't really taste much of the cheese or the chicken. But hey, at least the sauce is good. But yeah, overall, definitely not super impressed with the chicken parm pizza. And just, why did that Greek one not, maybe the Greek one was like, the flavor was so powerful with that one. It didn't allow me to taste like whatever weirdness is going on with these pizzas. Like, it had that twang that Mediterranean food has. So, yeah, chicken parm pizza. God, Vizzy's pizza, what do we think? Honestly, Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. The sandwich. You need vinegar and oil on an Italian sub. That's the way it is. It's not a bad sandwich, but if it had vinegar and oil, it would take it definitely up a notch. Maybe a couple notches. The lasagna, it's the ricotta and the noodles are pretty tasty, but everything else about it's pretty forgettable. The Greek pizza pie, I'm going to say probably the best thing here, and even that's like maybe a 6 out of 10, maybe if I'm feeling generous. Yeah, if I'm feeling generous, a 6 out of 10. I think the whole, like, $3 extra to make it a pie doesn't really add much to the experience, but then again, it didn't taste as weird as the other two, so maybe it does. The steak pizza, I'm going to say is the least best thing here. Something's going on with it to where it just doesn't taste right. It tastes a little funky. I guess that's a good way of putting it. It's a little funky, and, you know, I can openly say I don't really like it. And, the chicken parm pizza, the red sauce on that, I was tasting more than anything, which is pretty good. The red sauce is nice, but the crust, it's not very thin, despite it being ordering a thin crust. So, like I said, either a mistake was made, or their definition of thin is wrong, if I'm being honest. And, yeah, the chicken was a little overcooked, a little tough for my liking. Didn't get much of the cheese. Like I said, most of what I was tasting was the red sauce, which was good. Overall, Vizzy's Pizza, what do we think? You know, I'm not a fan. I can't see myself. Not only is this just by location alone would I never come back here, but I would feel inclined to never come back here again, even if it made sense. Really, not the biggest fan. And if their Vizzy's challenge tastes like that stuff, I'm happily never gonna do that. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes on Eat the D. Sometimes we get absolute winners like last week, and sometimes we get some not so winners like this one. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up video. Hit that thumbs up button. Goes a long way for us here at Milkman Media, Milkman Channel. Go ahead and subscribe for all your food and gaming needs. And don't forget to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Another episode, Eat the D, in the books. Hopefully the next one's going to be a little better. We'll see. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.